Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of your favorite daytime soap opera, Nick and Knarf. He's Nick. I'm Knarf. We're here.
And we're glad you're here, too.
Glad you're here. Today, we got a real treat for you, going back a long, long time for some happy, fun, good time music from the 60s. And if you don't like it, click off the channel. No, don't. Stay where you are. Don't move.
These guys are from L.A. We're doing the Turtles.
Oh, yeah. The great, fun band, the Turtles, that had a string of hits from the time they formed in 1965 till they broke up in 1969. Only made 5 albums. I was fortunate enough to see the Turtles 3 times.
I saw
them. Didn't you know that?
No.
I thought I told you. Okay, first time I saw them, I was 16. We went to the Teenage Fair, which was an annual deal they had on the Sunset. Not Sunset Strip proper, but Sunset Boulevard
and Vine.
Between Sunset and Vine, and it went about 2 blocks one direction, another block the other.
Cross street from the Aquarius Theater.
The Aquarius Theater, which used to be a place called the Moulin Rouge, where they used to do shows and TV things, and it became the Palladium and a bunch of other names. But it was called the Aquarius Theater when I went to see the Turtles performing there with this band called the Robs, and this was in The Robs. Yeah,
Broccoli the Robs.
Look up the Robs. You'll find them. Anyway, they performed there with the Robs in 1967.
Wow.
Then, when we moved to Tucson, after the Turtles broke up, the 2 main singers, Flo and Eddie, as they're really well known for, Mark Volman is Flo, and Howard Kaylan is Eddie. They were Howard is the lead singer, Flo was the backup guy. He had curly hair, and they were kind of goofy on stage.
These guys were the original Monkees, as far as I was concerned.
They were really fun. It actually started out as a surf band, too, by the way.
Surf band.
And they ended up doing pop songs. That's where their real success came. But anyway, in 1984, they came to Tucson on a tour across the country with Spanky and Our Gang, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap.
Wow.
And who was the fourth one? The Association.
Wow.
So they came here in 84. So I saw them in 1967, 1984. And the last time they came was 1998. And it was a wonderful show. Had a great time out in the park. It's just a good time party band. But they had a string of tremendous hits that we know you're going to enjoy. Like I said, the main force was Flo and Eddie, who, when the band broke up, they actually joined the Mothers of Invention with Frank Zappa for a few years, and they couldn't use the name the Turtles or their stage names. That's why they had to come up with Flo and Eddie, because they were contractually arranged to do it. But then, after the Mothers broke up, in the early 80s, they obtained the rights to the name the Turtles and started touring again.
Now, we're doing 3 songs because each of these is so short, so we're going to go ahead and do 3 songs.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. These are all fun, beautiful, wonderful poppy songs from the 60s, and we know you're going to enjoy it. But first of all, we thank you for joining us, but we ask you now, please subscribe, like, and share if you haven't done it already. If you have, we're so glad you're here joining us today for this wonderful mystery tour back to the 60s to enjoy this fun band. We got 3 numbers, like Nick said, for you, and they're all off the greatest hits here, too. So let's get into it. The first one we're going to do is a song called You Baby. So here we go. This is the Turtles with You Baby.
From the time I fall asleep till the morning comes, I dream about you, baby. And I feel alright, 'cause I know tonight I'll be with you, baby. And who makes me feel like smiling when the weary day is through? You, baby, no one but you, baby, nobody but you. You, baby,
Heavy drums. Actually, the drum was really good.
nobody but you. They say candy is sweet, but it just can't compete with you, baby. You got everything I need, and nobody can please like you do, baby. Nobody but you. And who believes that my wildest dreams and my craziest schemes will come true? You, baby, no one but you, baby, nobody but you. You, baby, no one but you.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing the girls in the background, with the mini skirts doing all the dances, and the bebops in their hair.
That's right. The go-go clubs there on the strip.
Ponytail, the whole bit.
I'll tell you, though, they were really good. I mean, that drummer, he was making fun of the drummer, but that drummer did a lot of solos and stuff during the program. He was one of the better rock drummers for some of those pop bands back in those days.
The beats, though, were like the typical garage band beats. When we first started out, we do the one, ding, dong, dun, dun.
But the Turtles were staples of L.A., man. I mean, they hung out. They grew up everywhere in L.A., and they went all over L.A. to tour and everything, and they did great stuff.
It blows me away. They were 11 when I formed, and when they came out, I really liked them. I mean, who didn't?
They had terrific hits, and their first big hit, which we're not going to do today, is a song called "It Ain't Me, Babe," which was written by Bob Dylan, and they did a real poppy version of it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed "You Baby." Here we go with the second selection. We're not going to waste a lot of time talking about each song a lot because we'll do accumulation at the end. This one's called "She'd Rather Be With Me." So here they are. They're Turtles with "She'd Rather Be With Me."
Some girls love to run around, love to handle everything they see. But my girl has more fun around, and she'd rather be with me. Be my lucky guy is what I am. Tell you why you understand. She don't lie, although she can. Some boys love to run around. They don't think about the things they do. But this boy wants to settle down, and he'd rather be with you. Me, oh my lucky guy is what I am. Tell you why you understand. She don't lie, although she can.
She don't fly, although she can. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. What do you know, Flo? Cowbell.
I'm going to reemphasize it. These guys should have been the Monkees.
Maybe they should have. That's a good observation. They were on stage too. They would really screw around. I mean, they were on Ed Sullivan and stuff, and they'd be laughing. And Flo had big curly hair, like a curly little afro. Even though he was a white guy, he had a big, but he was big and he was heavy set, and he'd be up there laughing and dancing around, playing tambourines, and the band had a lot of fun. And you got to admit, this is foot stomping, good time music.
And it brings back good memories.
Oh, especially for us who know. If you haven't heard him before, you really can enjoy a lot of their music.
If you haven't heard him before, you guys, there's no way this audience has never heard them before.
No, but I hope if you're a newbie here, you'll check them out a little bit more. And especially this song, you're probably going to know this one because this was their all-time biggest hit. And it's a big love song. This came out right around the time when they were at the Teenage Fair in 1967, 68. It was a huge hit on the radio, and it's a love song, Happy Together. So let's get into it with the Turtles and their monster hit, Happy Together.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. For all my life, tossed the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. How they tossed the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. So happy together. And how is the weather?
How is the weather?
So happy together. How is the weather? We're happy together. So happy together.
I like that. It is a great song.
It
I
is.
mean, it was a love song that everybody listened to. This song was played over and over and over, and you never got sick of it.
It was every teenager was dancing to this song, playing it on their radios. It was just such a catchy love and just so happy. I mean, happy together. It really feels happy. And you notice, when you think about listening to those last two songs, you hear the horns that were added to it. So they really elevated the pop sound, not by just staying with the electrified guitars and the drums and the bass or keyboards. They added horns. The harmonies are really nice, too.
They're nice.
In the background.
Very nice. Very nice.
I can almost imagine Happy Together being done by the Beach Boys. Can't you? In a way?
Yeah.
If they would have done it themselves too, but they were such fun to listen to, and the concert, the last concert I went to in '97, my wife was still alive, and our dear friend Marge, she had come to Tucson too. She was a real good friend of ours, and unfortunately she died right around the same time my wife did. They both had cancer, and we went to see. Marge got all dressed up in her 60s dress, and it was over in the park, and I had a few beers. We'd all had a few beers, and they were getting up and they were dancing to the Turtles, and I'll always remember that afternoon as being such a beautiful, beautiful day. And like I said, the Turtles never disappointed, left a smile on everyone's face.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they had a theatrical presence to them.
Yes. Yep, they added so much. Anyway, how did you guys enjoy the Turtles? I hope you did. I know it's early in the 60s and it's real poppy, but I tell you, it's infectious.
And they only did a few
really
albums, and I mean, but they made an impact on rock and roll history.
That's right. And like I said, after they left the Turtles, they went into other stuff, and they hung around the music scene for another 30 years. So it's not like they're strangers, They were real staples on the rock and roll scene, and loved, especially Flo and Eddie, were beloved by a lot of the Hollywood crowd.
I think
and
of
other
them.
bands.
I think of Lovin' Spoonful. I leave those kind of groups, grassroots that were all
the
playing
Rascals.
together.
All of those were all coming out around the same time. But the Turtles, in those short 3-4 years, were as big as anybody. So, but anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you heard, and the other stuff we do too. I mean, this is only one of a huge menu of different kind of music that we bring to your ears to bring joy and to touch your heart. And we hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, like, and share. Leave us your comments.
And as my friend always said, be happy together.
That's right. And we're going to do it. We're happy with you. Thank you.
Till next time, guys.
See ya. Peace out.